Here, and as Senator Barrasso said, this is a good first step. I congratulate Speaker McCarthy, having served with him for many years over in the House side. He has I think, a tremendous read on his conference, and he insisted that the president get to the negotiating table with him, as our leader did as well, to negotiate a package. Remember, Senator Schumer and President Biden said, we're not going to negotiate, it's not negotiable. And those words were hollow. So a negotiated package, you don't get everything that you want. We have some common sense. We have less spending in here, the IRS issues. But the issue that I am drawn to and that has great impacts, not just for me on my committee work, but also in my state, is the permitting reform and the MVP pipeline. So Senator Barrasso and I have been working on this through our two committees. We laid out 4 provisions of what permitting reform could have meaningful impacts. One is to have it be agnostic as to what type of project you have. If it's a renewable project, if it's a fossil fuel project, whatever it is, it has to be, the permitting has to be even and fair all across the board. And the provisions, while they don't go as far enough as certainly as we would go nearly as far enough, they are agnostic as to what type of projects you have going forward. We asked for some deadline relief, big deadline relief. I would have preferred to have a provision where if you pass your deadline as a regulator, then it's deemed permitted. Couldn't go that far, but we did have timelines. We have one federal decision in there they were able to get in there that they are using off of their Builder Act. And the last thing is NEPA reform. We haven't had NEPA reform since 1982. And so 3 of our 4 parameters were at least touched on in this bill. So that, I think, is significant, and that will give us a good jumping point to start off, again, in our bipartisan talks in committee on permitting reform. Lastly, the Mountain Valley Pipeline is exceedingly important to our region, the eastern seaboard of this country. It is 95% complete. I have had numerous conversations, as have many from our state and other states, with everybody saying how critically important the product of natural gas that is carried through this pipeline is to the energy security of this country. And so after many, many attempts in the court to shut the entire thing down, it's time to bring it to a close, and this agreement brings it to a close. The Corps of Engineers has to put the permit forward in 21 days.
Hello, friends. There is a new update for seniors and retirees. A one-time direct payment worth almost $1,000 is set to arrive tomorrow for millions of Americans. The Social Security Administration has confirmed that double payments will be going out this month. But GOP lawmakers have just laid out a new plan that may lead to Social Security and Medicare cuts. My dear friends, please do me a big favor and watch until the end of this video for all of the latest news. Also, in just 2 days, I will be announcing more winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, my friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Every month, retired workers receive benefits from the Social Security Administration. The SSA also sends out benefits for supplemental security income, disability, and survivor benefits. The administration will distribute the first batch of payments for June tomorrow. SSI beneficiaries receive their payments on either the first or last day of each month, depending on the month. However, those who started receiving their Social Security benefits before May 1997 receive their payments on the 3rd day of each month. The rest of the Social Security checks are sent based on the birthday of the recipients. Retirees born between the 1st and the 10th day of any month will receive their check from the next batch of payments, which is scheduled on June 7th. In addition, the SSA will send a second payment on June 30th for the July check. The second check is for the month of July, but it is sent on the last Friday of June, because the first day of the month is a Saturday. That is why in June, SSI recipients will receive 2 payments, but in July, they will receive none. Thanks to the 8.7% cost of living adjustment, the median retiree payments increased to about $1,827. On the other hand, the maximum benefit for retirees are much higher. It is $3,627 per month for workers who retire at age 67 and $4,550 for those who retire at age 70 or later. Meanwhile, SSI recipients are eligible for a maximum benefit of $914 per month for an individual and $1,371 for married couples when both spouses are eligible for the program. However, it is important to remember that these payments are calculated individually and vary from one beneficiary to another. Social Security is a lifeline for millions of Americans who need the income from the retirement checks to support them. That is why the news that the program is facing a potential problem is cause for such concern. The most recent Social Security Trustees report shows that the trust fund from which benefits are paid could be depleted as early as 2034. And if that happens, the money coming in from current workers who pay Social Security taxes would still be available, but an automatic benefit cut as much as 20% would have to go into effect, because this wouldn't provide quite enough money to pay all that was promised. The big question is, should you be worried about this? This week, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy announced he was launching a commission tasked with looking at budget cuts, and he also suggested Social Security and Medicare should come under a scalpel. His pledge came just months after vowing such cuts to mandatory spending programs were off the table. In February, President Biden spoke before a joint session of Congress, telling Americans that GOP wanted to cut the programs they had paid into their whole lives. His comments got a chorus of boos from the audience. GOP Senator Rand Paul says he will force the Senate to vote this week on cutting total federal spending by 5% in each of the next 2 years. It is a proposal that could put popular programs such as Medicare and Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act under scrutiny. Rand Paul told reporters that he would insist on a vote on his amendment in exchange for yielding back time on the Senate floor and giving leaders a chance to pass a debt limit bill before the nation faces default next week. Senator Paul's proposal, which he is calling a conservative alternative to the deal negotiated by President Biden and House Speaker McCarthy, poses an uncomfortable vote for Senate Republicans. A no vote opens GOP senators to criticism from conservatives, who say that policymakers who exempt mandatory spending programs from reform are not serious about balancing the budget. So, dear friends, what are your thoughts on this announcement from Senator Rand Paul? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section below. Well, my beautiful and most dearest friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Wednesday. My dearest friends, in 2 days, I will be announcing more winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, the greater your chances, my friends, of winning the giveaways. Thank you, friends, and have a wonderful and very blessed week.